Alright, what is going on everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more NBA news to, of course, be talking about with you guys. Today I actually wanted to talk about the very interesting rumors that do suggest that the Phoenix Suns and the Sacramento Kings are interested in Domantis Sabonis. Of course, predominantly for this video, I will be talking about the Phoenix Suns and their interest for Sabonis, but I think I'll definitely be touching on Sabonis to Sacramento, because I actually believe that that could be the most perfect place, I think, for Domantis Sabonis to go, and would actually be a really interesting move, and actually could get the Indiana Pacers a lot of depth from the trade, and I just think it would work perfectly for both teams. But again, before I get into it all, you guys always ask for a source. I always deliver. This one is being reported by Shams, one of the most reliable sources in the NBA. So anyone in the comments who wants to go, it's fake, screw you, because this is one of the most reliable sources out there. But yeah, it is currently being reported by Shams that the Suns have major interest in getting Domantis Sabonis. And I actually find this very interesting because they do have the trade assets to do so. I'm just not exactly too sure how much Indiana would be enticed by this move. Now, as I said, I will get into the Kings side of view and why I think they should probably do that trade over the, Phoenix Suns. But the Phoenix Suns, who are one of the best teams in the league, 22-5, if they were to trade for Domantis Sabonis, oh my goodness, they would become, I think they would be the favorite to win the championship, because some people might say, well, okay, so let's just say, what would they have to give up first? We'll do that. So what would they have to give up to get Domantis Sabonis to the team? Obviously, Dre Crowder. You're going to have to match up contracts here. So Dre Crowder's on around $10 million. Landry Shamet's on around $10 million. Those two players, have to be in it. And then there's, of course, Dario Saric, who, hasn't even played this season, I believe, due to injury. He's on around $10 million. So you'd have to give up those three players, and that's really not too much of a loss for them, because you're really only losing two players here. But again, both those players are pretty important. Like Jay Crowder's their starting four, brings a lot of defense to this team, a lot of floor spacing. Well, then you also look at Landry Shamet. He started quite a bit with Devin Booker being injured, and he's actually been bringing a lot of depth for this team, and has ultimately nearly been the sixth man for this team as well. So again, you do lose quite a bit of depth. And then, of course, you'd have to throw in probably 2 first-round picks. Now, some of you might say, Sabonis isn't worth 2 first-round picks. Well, I'd like to counter-argue that by saying Sabonis has been an all-star the last 2 seasons, and a lot of teams will be offering quite a bit for Sabonis. So you're going to have to give up 2 first-round picks and these role players to do it. I think the Indiana Pacers would like that deal, though, because Dario Saric, he could just be another floor spacer of the team. He probably won't be anything they care about. Landry Shamet would be the guy they like. He's a young dude. But I think the main piece of this trade would actually be Jay Crowder. I think he is contracted for another year, so I think they would actually like to get him on, because he brings in that defense that Indiana has loved for so long, and he's a great floor spacer who would come into this team and start straight away, or they could just trade him off for a protected first round pick or something like that along the line. I know there definitely would be a contender out there that would love to do that. But where do the Phoenix Suns get much better with this? I think they do. Look, they lose 2 important role players, but you bring in an all-star. Does he fit that well with the team? That is the question. I would think so, right? Because, look, he's not the floor spacer that Jay Crowder is, but Sabonis, I think, can still hit the 3 ball. Not just that, though. Look, he's not the spacer that Jay Crowder is. He's probably not as good a defender. But, dude, he is an absolute legend when it comes to scoring. And plus, the Phoenix Suns, even though they've got JaVale McGee as a backup big now, I still think they'd like another big to play some big amount of minutes. And Sabonis could definitely do that. He would average them probably around 18 points per game. I don't know if he's the right player to get, but I think the Phoenix Suns would actually be pretty nice with Domantis Sabonis. Again, you could still say, well, do they lack depth now that they've lost Shamet and Crowder? Not really, because they've still got Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Chris Paul, Mikal Bridges, Frank Kaminsky, Cameron Payne, JaVale McGee, Cam Johnson, even Elfrid Payton, I believe, is still on this team. I'm not too sure if they've waived him yet or not. And then, of course, you look at Domantis Sabonis now. So it is still a really, insane team. Again, when you look at that starting 5, it would look like Chris Paul at point, Devin Booker at shooting guard, Mikal Bridges at small forward, Domantis Sabonis at power forward, and Ayton at the 5. that team, you just would think it would be the championship favorite. Like, I don't know many other teams that would beat that. It would be a really interesting though, although I just don't see a way, even if he is perfect for the Suns or not, I don't see a way where the Suns actually get him. And the reason why I say this is because the Sacramento Kings actually would have an insane trade offer for, you know, the Indiana Pacers that I just don't think they can decline. I have a feeling because they are very desperately, you know, trying to get a star now to match up with De'Aaron Fox rather, and a couple other players, they would be willing to give up a lot. And to, you know, match up contracts, they would have to probably give up Buddy Hield, and they've been really wanting to get rid of Buddy Hield for quite a while. And I think the Indiana Pacers would absolutely love to bring on a role player like Buddy Hield. So Sacramento Kings could realistically trade up a first-round pick, which, again, for them, who knows what that pick could be. That could be legitimately like pick 10 or something like that, a pretty good pick. Then they could trade up Marvin Bagley, who has just not been good for them this season, has been barely getting minutes, fell out of the rotation, a former pick number 2 player, I think could actually go to the Pacers and prove himself, and, you know, finally just get to show who he is, have his own team, because they're obviously trying to blow it up. Again, you can get him and get Buddy Hield and a first-round pick. Basically, you're trading from a former pick 2 player who's just had it rough with injuries and is not fitting in with the team, who definitely one day could evolve into being like a 15-point per game type dude for them. Who even knows? You bring a Buddy Hield who will still average you 16 a game on 35 to 40% from 3, and like a pick 10 to 15. Geez, if you're the Indiana Pacers, you are 100% doing that for Sabonis. Like, you could legitimately turn an all-star, you know, who Sabonis is, into a top 10 pick, one of the best shooters in the league, and a player who, with the right, you know, kind of coaching and, I guess, environment, in Marvin Bagley could develop into being a very, very good player in the NBA. So I have a feeling, you know, they could even try and get another first-round pick because the Kings are desperate. I have a feeling that would be great for the Indiana Pacers. Plus, the Kings do terrific in this trade because they've been desperately trying to get rid of Buddy Hield for a while now. They don't want Bagley. They'll legit get anything they can for Bagley now at this point. And those first-round picks, they've had enough first-round picks. I don't think they care about him anymore. I don't think they want him. They're going to trade him away. And then you're looking at a duo of like De'Aaron Fox and Domantis Sabonis. And I think the only thing stopping that Kings team is maybe going out and trading for Ben Simmons. If I was them, I would, you know, try and trade Rashawn Holmes, a couple other players, this and that to get Simmons. Then, geez, that Kings team becomes good. You got De'Aaron Fox at the point, Halliburton at the 2, you know, Barnes at the 3, Simmons maybe at the 4, and then like Sabonis at the 5. That team defensively would be good too, because of course Barnes is a good defender, so is Halliburton, so is Simmons, and then they could make up for the lackluster defense that Sabonis supplies. Geez, that would be a good team. I think that's what the Kings are trying to do in the works. I feel like that's what they're trying to do, and I think honestly they will potentially make it happen very, very soon. And yeah, I think they might be the front runner to get Sabonis at this point. I could just see it definitely happening. But yeah, if you're the Phoenix Suns, wouldn't worry too much about getting Sabonis. I don't necessarily think he fits their team, really. If I was them, I would just be looking to, you know, just try and maybe upgrade at the 4. I don't know who to get. Probably wouldn't look at a dude like Simmons because they've already got Chris Paul and they still want that floor spacing. I don't know. It's a real big toughie when it does come to the Phoenix Suns, and I think it's going to come down to the trade deadline till we actually see if they make any moves. I have a feeling they will, though, because I definitely think they want to get that edge over the competition. And right now, they're kind of tied with, like, the Warriors and I think the Bucks for the best teams in the league. I think the Nets are a little bit right behind them. Then you got those, like, teams that are chasing them, like, you know, the Cavs, the Bulls, even the Lakers. I still feel like are getting better now. So many of those teams will be competing a little bit, you know, coming up too. So it's going to be real interesting to see how this all goes. Of course, if you haven't already, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for all the latest NBA content and NBA news. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my eyebrow/long channel. Don't forget to check out my podcast as well if you haven't already. All of them will be linked in the description down below. And just comment your thoughts and opinions. Should the Phoenix Suns go out and get Domantis Sabonis? Should the Sacramento Kings try and go out and get Domantis Sabonis? Of course, I would definitely really like to know all your thoughts and opinions on this down below. But as I was saying, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Comment in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.